I'm Deborah Louise, and this is the Master Series. I'm sitting here with Robben Ford, the world-class guitarist. Welcome, Robben.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
So the Master Series is about all kinds of people will come and view these kind of things. So we want more. How do you perform at a master level?
Well, whether or not I'm a master, it'll be up to the individual, I suppose. But I mean, I think the only way you achieve much at anything is by completely devoting yourself to it. It's a musical life. It's not something that I do. Even though it is my business, I never did it as a business. I've never been a musician as a business. It just happens to be my business. So I'm a devoted musician, and I've given my life to creating music and playing music, and for many years it was improvisation, I would say, was my real focus. That evolved into songwriting as kind of my focus, and of course the improvisation is a part of a live concert or even a recording, but you got to have a song to play before you can improvise, So, completely engaged in every aspect of what it is to make music.
So even at a young age, I think you really projected yourself very confidently and professionally. Some of the interviews that I saw early on,
Yeah.
So it's always, does that come from your family background?
It just from experience. At a young age, I might have been, I don't know how far back, you couldn't have seen anything from my teenage years, or even early 20s, I would doubt. But, I think I thought I was hot stuff when I was very young. I excelled at the guitar, I just kind of excelled at it pretty quickly. It was into my 20s and, really starting to have a solo career, or work towards a solo career, where, I sort of, things just became more of a life, as I say, and it was less about an attitude. An attitude can help you, and an attitude can help you grow, because you act in a fearless way. If you have an attitude, even if it's just a cover-up, it still helps you. It's just like a crutch, to get through, to something that you have every intention of getting through to. So I think it can serve you, to be kind of arrogant. But hopefully only as a youth who's kind of stupid and has no choice, After a while, you start just being a person, who's a musician, and living a musical life.
You're very skilled to also, I think.
Well, I had a natural facility, like it wasn't hard for me, as I say, to kind of excel at the guitar quickly. My first instrument was the saxophone. I was never a good saxophone player. So go figure, The instrument seemed to have something to do with it, my choice moving toward the guitar and then really moving toward the guitar. And just left the saxophone behind because that's where it was rolling, And with the saxophone it was like, I never played anywhere near the level I wanted to play.
That's interesting, because one of your interviews that I saw, you really connected to the spirit of really having fun. Fun with what you're doing.
Yeah. That was always there. That was always there. It was always a great joy, to play music. I honestly feel that the purpose of music is to make people happy. I think that's what it's for. Probably no one would disagree with me on that. But, when you see it that way, when you see it as something that's basically, you might have an opportunity to make people happy, through music, it becomes this, beautiful, very large picture, as opposed to, I want to be the greatest guitar player in the world. And there are people who spend their whole life trying to do that, trying to be the greatest guitar player in the world, or piano player in the world, and it just stays an ego trip. It's still all about them, beginning to end. And there are certainly levels of mastery that occur even with those people, but there's very little in the way of soulfulness in those people's music. So I like it that I figured it out fairly early on that we're all in this together, you know. It's a sharing experience, you know. Like, yeah, you know.
So then, did it change for you professionally and personally at that same time when you opened up to the idea of just structuring your life your way and having fun with it?
Well, it wasn't like I decided one day or had a big insight one day. You know, it's been just a gradual growing, you know, like a river kind of quality, you know, where it just the river stops doing this and starts evening out, you know. Very organic.
Sometimes I find that in other masters that I've spoken to is that it's not just in your playing, it affects other parts of your life because you are who you are in all situations.
Yes, it is a complete holistic life. Yeah, it's all one thing.
So in the changing process or growing process, maybe it comes in another area rather than music that helps you grow professionally.
I'm not sure I understand your question, but what comes to my mind, and even after I just kind of said that it's a whole life, a whole holistic thing, you know, there is the business side of things which complicates, you know, this particular life that we're talking about. And, you know, it can be that's the struggle aspect, you know, is maybe, you know, it could be just even making a living, period, you know, but, you know, handling business affairs has always been, you know, far more of an irritation than it has been a pleasure. And it's been a struggle. I mean, just to do it, you know. I'm not talking about whatever degree of success one might achieve, but just doing it, you know. And I am 64 years old, and I have only recently really come to actually find how, you know, the business side can actually be exciting and creative and worth the effort, you know. Because writing songs, you know, like playing the guitar, playing with people, it's just all good. I mean, for me at this point, it's just all good. I don't care what it is, it's good. Writing a song, you know, which is how I kind of really focus my creative attention in music, you know, that's work. I mean, that's just as kind of grinding, as mental as it is to read a contract or pay your bills or, you know, balance your checkbook. It's no different. Writing a song is like building a house, man. You know, it's kind of painful. So I somehow or other, all that just kind of like oh right, you know, it's not like, you know, oh, I want to write a song. It's like, whew, writing a song is hard work. Checkbook, you know, doing business, talking to managers, you know, accountants, whatever. All of that finally for me is kind of like, I see how it all works as a piece. All of this, you know, kind of works as a piece. It's taken me a very long time to get to that place. And people, you know, most artists really want a daddy, you know. They really want somebody taking care of their business for them, telling them where to go and then what time and how much they're getting paid and...
Have a good one.
Yeah.
We all want that.
Yeah.
It just isn't. You know.
Yeah, you have to take care of yourself.
You do.
Yeah. Yeah, so you have to understand a lot of different things on a lot of different levels.
You do.
Yeah. So that's part of the growing process then.
Yes.
Of becoming a master.
Well, again, master of...
Master
I mean,
of
just
life.
of your life.
Yeah.
That would be certainly a part of that, yes. Actually finding the creativity in it, whatever it is.
Right.
It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah, and our world has changed really so much in my experience.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're always playing catch up. Young people have come up in the digital age, and for them it's like, you know, kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah, but they don't have the business experience. They're just like us when we were young. I don't see them having so much of an advantage about how to do business, how to really make money at this.
Oh, right. Well, making money, yes. Everybody's got the same problem there, yeah.
Yeah, we're all the same. So that's great. So the creative process, it's a discipline, really, is sitting down and writing music.
I go, well, that is, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anything is a discipline
Mm-hmm.
from that point of view.
Mm-hmm.
I like to cook.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of musicians like to cook. I've noticed this, you know. I know, you know, drummers who are watching cooking shows, you know, to pick up tips on how to use, you know, ghee. And I don't do the cooking show thing. I used to watch a little of it, but anyway, I just like being in the kitchen. It's work, man, you know. But you're working towards this beautiful meal that you serve, and you know, like everybody's happy, and then you got to wash the dishes.
Yeah.
So
It's true.
it's always like that, you know. There's no ideal life. I guess that's the thing. Like a lot of people.
It's true.
I mean, actually, it's all an ideal life on some level. So yeah, like.
So you've got to enjoy the dishes as well as
Yeah.
the cooking
Yes,
kind
indeed.
of scenario. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, it's all of a piece.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you again, Robin. That was wonderful.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you so much.
I enjoyed it.
And this is the Master Series.